go back. There we are. All right. I think we're live. Welcome, number 69, photo share and discussion. I forgot to hit the live button, so we're 30 seconds in, but we've got a lot of images to go through. We've got Frank in sunny California, Patrick in sunnier Arizona.
Hi, Patrick.
You got Raj in India, where it's now 4:15 in the morning or something like that. So you can tell us how Sunday's going so far. And Rui in Portugal. So we've covered, I don't know how many time zones that is. We got 3 there, 4, 5. We've got like 9 or 10 time zones. Yeah, we need somebody to join in from like Taiwan or Australia and then Hawaii, and we pretty much cover everything.
Yeah. Japan or Hong Kong, yep.
Yeah. So if any of you know anybody there that wants to get up early in the morning, have them join in. We'll do a worldwide photo share. There we go. So got a lot of images posted to the group, and so I'm going to go and start the screen share and kind of jump back in there for those of you that are just joined in. And yep, hopefully you can see it. And I think, yeah, this is yours, Raj, and I think you posted a few. So tell us a little bit about this and river and blue sky. So we got a blue river and a blue, more of a gray sky, I guess.
Yeah. All right. I got this adapter for wide angle, the cheap one.
Okay.
I was testing that, and this was shot at, I don't know, I think I screwed up something because it doesn't show my camera information. I need to get that fixed. But it was shot at 18mm plus the adapter, and towards the left and the right you can see some chromatic aberration which I forgot to remove in Lightroom.
Okay, right around the trees over here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it would look a little better. It would still be there, and I think maybe in next few images it would not be there, but yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
And that's it. Some processing in Lightroom.
Okay. All right. It's did you mute the colors a little bit? I mean, it's a good color, but it's kind of, I don't know, what time of day was this taken?
It was in the evening.
Okay.
It was like really cloudy.
Okay. So just cloudy all around, yeah. So very, okay.
What millimeter was the lens before the adapter?
80.
Okay, so that brings it up. Okay. I like the colors and stuff a lot. That chromatic aberration or the distortion almost makes it look like it's like embossed or something. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Because it's on the opposite sides, which I don't know. And like the water down in the water, it almost looks like it's,
over here, yeah.
It has some texture kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
I like the image though. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what it would look like just, without the adapter too.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the water does have a lot of texture to it. There's a lot of looks like really small waves and ripples and stuff in the water. So, very cool. And nature, sky, and other bullshit. Okay, so then we got some nature, some sky, and some buildings. And this is the same lens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. Yeah, those are some nice, neat colors again. Yeah.
All right. This is something which I'm trying now. I think I talked about it in discussion. I think 2 discussions back. Now what I'm trying to do is kind of give it a different, unique look beyond what my camera captured. So this is like a lot of editing. I mean, it's very easily noticeable as well. So,
okay.
A lot of editing in Photoshop.
All right. And you were specifically trying to draw out colors and stuff that you couldn't originally see with the camera?
Kind of putting your imagination on a frame that you took. It was not this orange, and it was definitely not the green that you see on top left hand. So
okay.
it's all like imagination, trying to painting on a photograph.
Okay. All right. So kind of what you saw in your mind's eye as opposed to what was necessarily in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
exactly.
All right. And did you use some layer masks and
Yeah, a
stuff?
lot of them.
Okay.
It looks pretty like cinematic to me for some reason. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's what you did, but it almost looks like a still from like 28 Days Later or something like that, some kind of like post-apocalyptic kind of looking thing to me.
Yeah, it does. Now that you mention it, it's got that. I don't know. Is it? I guess it's really warm colors. But yeah, it's got that look to it that is. Yeah, it's a little kind of not haunting. I don't know if that's the best word, but it's got.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, like Patrick said, you know, I cannot say that word. I, pop,
Apocalyptic.
yeah, yeah, that's a tough word for me. So it looks somewhat like that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is an interesting look. And how long did it take you to process the image to get it to this point? Just
I'm very new, so it takes me very long, half an hour or so.
okay. All right. So, and I haven't tried this yet. I mentioned that I got signed up for Creative Cloud, so I have yet to dig into Photoshop, and I'm going to start doing that with a couple of my images and start playing around with some of the tutorials and stuff. So I'm sure I can just spend hours and hours doing stuff.
I'd say I'd be pretty happy if one of my heavily edited shots only took me in half an hour. I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. And you've
Most
got to
of my
workflow down. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
and I mean most of my photos I don't spend that much time on, maybe 15 minutes, but
Yeah.
certain ones will be like a good hour or more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this is a if we try to kind of go for the same kind of effect because this is except in black and white. This is very dreamlike to me.
Yes, the good part is that there was a complete pole, electric pole, and like wires and everything. That's all gone.
So is it going across what the top part of the frame?
Yep, it was
Okay.
covering entire frame.
All right.
Just try to guess where would it have been?
I think the pole was right here.
Wrong.
Okay. Well, you did a good job then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it
Right
was.
here. Right here. Right in front of you.
No, uh, uh, it was a little left to where you said. It
Okay.
was in the middle of these two trees,
Okay. All right. So right over here, huh?
and then it was going across the entire frame. The wires were going across the entire frame.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I
That,
can't really tell. I mean, at this zoom, I mean, you can't tell that that was there at all. So,
yeah, I don't remember name of that photographer. Have you ever searched for like most expensive image in the world? It's a German photographer, and he has like in top five he has two images. One of them was sold for like $500,000, and the other one was sold for 300 plus thousand dollars. And I was watching his video, and he says that it doesn't matter what you do to the image. What actually matters is the final result. And I think he took a picture of UNO building. He took one in the daytime and the other one at night. And then he combined these two images. So he got reflections from the daytime, and then he got details of the UNO building, like people sitting and everything at night. And
oh, okay. Okay.
these
So,
Uh, so then I got interested and I was like, okay, let's try to make this photograph look like I would like it to look like.
mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
That's why I got rid of the poles and everything.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of almost the exact opposite. There's a lot of photographers who think whatever I capture is it. That's it. I'm not going to do
Yeah,
as little processing as possible. And so you've kind of tried to go the other end and
yeah,
Hmm.
just
create
opposite.
something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's very. That's cool. That's a neat. Ends up with a neat effect. You still get a little bit of the chromatic. I don't. It's haloing, I guess. Would be. It's not really chromatic aberration, but it's probably haloing around the.
Okay, a lot of it happened because of there's another thing. I forgot to remove the soft filter. and
Oh, okay.
there was a soft filter, and I thought it's UV filter. I didn't bother to check it, and that was another problem. So
Okay. All right.
most
So
of
if
the
you were to open
images
it,
from this walk, yeah, they came terrible.
okay. All right. But that sounds like something that could be pretty easily fixed then. Yeah. Huh. That's cool. That's a neat, interesting image. I like the little path going up through
Yeah.
the I guess ground cover, bushes or vines or whatever up to the old house. Yeah. It's a neat work. And here's another one, kind of along that same line. This looks like an
Yeah.
old uh, film shot, like some,
Yes, it is. That's a plugin. Yeah.
like from the '60s or something. Yeah, it's got a very.
It
Oh,
was
is this
shot with my
combined
Note 2 and
images?
process.
Okay. Did you do some kind of cross-processing filter on this or something?
Yeah, I think it's one of the softwares. I don't know. It's one of the apps in my phone.
Okay. Hey, it looks like Tim has joined us. He's
Hi,
muted,
Tim.
but he's looks like he's logging in. Good. Yeah, this does have like a cross-processed kind of feel to it, and some neat reflections in there too.
Reflections are real.
Uh-huh.
Everything else is real except for the color thing.
Okay.
Rest is real.
Okay. Yeah. It's a neat.
I like it. Came out good.
Yeah, it did. It came out very cool, and the colors and very old school, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like film. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like something out of like an Instamatic camera or something like that. That was.
Next week, for the next week, I'm planning to do either of two things. One, either I'll only focus on composition, or I'll shoot film. So
Okay.
I'm psychologically preparing myself to waste money on
Okay.
photographs.
Watch frame by frame. Each time you push the button, oops, there's 50 cents. There's another 50 cents.
Yep.
Just goes through. Yeah, I know. I spent most of this last day and a half or so catching up on scanning in the film that I've got developed. I still have a couple rolls to develop, but yeah, it's definitely a process. Oh, okay, and this is I like this image. I like the boat just coming into the frame here, converted to black and white, and doing some of looks like it's fairly heavily post-processed as well.
Yeah.
It looks
I
both
think
positive and
texture-
negative. Because
Okay,
the trees that are so white.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay.
This looks what is it? Oh damn it! Never
Sepia?
mind. No, I'm thinking of not ultraviolet. What the hell?
Infrared.
Infrared. There you go.
Okay.
That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
oh.
Just have that.
I think this texture in the boat, that is probably the most interesting part. The rest is like,
Yeah. Oh, there is a lot. I mean, there is a lot on the boat there.
Mm-hmm.
The wood
That's-
and then
that's-
the algae or barnacle, whatever it is, on the side of the boat. Yeah. And then I like the border and stuff you put around it. That's a neat. That's a neat.
I think yeah, it came from here only. Like, it's a filter in Flickr.
Oh, okay. That's something that I haven't really played around with the built-in filtering in processing in Flickr yet.
I actually didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I remember seeing it at some point, but I kind of forgot about it. And then you just mentioned it, Raj. I'm like, yeah, I guess there is some editing. That's one of the things they upgraded a couple months ago, right? They added that.
Every day, I think, something like that.
Yeah. Cool.
The other thing is that it's monsoon season in India, so you can see like the skies are like really beautiful, and that's why I'm switching to film because the digital is not doing justice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. That's one of the things that film definitely can pick up is the details in that kind of sky. So yeah, I mean, there's probably just all kinds of multiple layers of clouds and everything that goes into it. Yeah, it's a neat shot. For the week, off of the roll accord, the Art Institute of Chicago. Um, it was it came out pretty good. I had to stand on the sidewalk there for once I figured out the way I wanted to compose the shot. I had to stand there for about 2 to 4 minutes and just wait for the crowd to the flow
Move
of
away.
people to get to a point where I didn't have somebody walking right in front here because it was always little groups of people. And this came out pretty good. I got they're kind of lined up, but there's nothing. I was really looking for something that would not have people between the camera and the lion.
Mhm.
And it was probably not the best time of day to try to do this. This is right at the lunch hour, so there's just a lot of all the regular tourists plus the people coming out because it was a nice day. So people coming out for eating lunch out in the park and that type of thing.
And there's just a ton of stuff down there.
Yeah, it is. It's a really it's a cool city, and I'm really having fun looking through the images I did on film. And just particularly the square format, the roller cord. I've just been really impressed with the stuff I've got off of that. And I think next time I go up there, I'm probably just going to go up with the medium format again and shoot a lot more black and white. It's just it's a
Look
great.
at the sky. It's looking so beautiful.
It was a really nice. That picture I shared last week of the bean, the kind of the HDR shot. I mean, this was an hour later after that shot. So it's the same kind of skies with the puffy clouds and everything.
Very nice.
Do you use a filter when you shoot black and white?
This one is without a filter, and that's something I do need to get. I'll probably get a red and an orange filter for the camera. I was doing a search for those a couple months ago, and then I kind of forgot about it. I just need to find some that fit the roller cord, because that would bring out that would help the contrast probably.
Orange looks really awesome.
Yeah, and that's.
Yellow is normal. Green is good for portraiture because it'll. No, I'm sorry. Red is.
Mm-hmm.
Red is. It lightens flesh tones and blemishes and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've heard that orange or red are pretty good for. I've done a little bit. I used a friend's Rolleiflex last year and shot a roll of film with kind of alternating between the red and an orange filter, and I did like the results.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of forgot about it, and then started thinking about it, and then I stopped searching, and then we had to leave, so I didn't have the filters. But I think I will do that, and I think I'm going to head back up. I'm going to try to get back up there next year, one way or another. Just go up for a long weekend, just photography specific, and I've got a couple friends up there that are photographers, and try to get out with them. I wasn't able to get out with them when we were up there here last month, but there's just so much there. The architecture, the people, all the stuff. It's just.
I actually have a giant painting I did a while back that is of Chicago. It's like 12 feet by like 5 feet, and it has one of those lions on it, kind of like a mural thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I painted one of those lions pretty giant on it.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's one of the iconic things of Chicago. I mean, that and any number of buildings, the bean, all that type of stuff. But yeah, the lions, and this was this is actually one of the better shots I got there with the roller cord. It just came out pretty good. I was very happy with it, kind of the way the picture ended up. So.
What film is it?
Acros 100. Fuji Neopan Acros.
Okay.
And I've gone back and forth. I've done some Delta 100, Ilford Delta, the Neopan. I've done a little bit of Kodak T-Max 100, but I think I'm going to stick for the 100 speed. The Acros 100. I get really consistent results developing. It just looks good. I like the tones and everything. I think that's my 100 speed film, medium format, and I'll probably do that for 35 millimeter too. I just get super consistent results with it, and I just like how it comes out. So very good. And here we go. This is quite a sense of motion.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those cheap kit cars, right?
Yep.
This is a little fiberglass on a VW Bug engine, right?
It's not too far from a VW Bug, really. Mechanically, they're not that different.
Yeah, probably are the same
That's a
general
Cobra,
chassis.
No, that's
Is that a Cobra?
No, it's a Porsche.
support.
61. Okay.
Yep, an old race car. And that one I was just kind of a little different. I don't get to do rolling shots like that too often. That was on a track, so it made it a lot easier.
Mhm.
But I was hanging out the back of a like a Mercedes SUV with the hatch up,
Okay.
kind of laying down, and didn't actually have any straps or anything holding me in. So a couple times I got a little, hit the gas a little hard, and I was a little worried.
Yeah.
I know they're getting run over by like a multi-million-dollar car, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's awesome when I get to do that stuff, and I actually
32 million.
something I'm trying to do more than auction company. They like to they're getting more and more where they want the rolling photos, at least
Yeah.
panning, that kind of stuff. So
Kind of show the car in
Works.
motion. Yeah.
yeah, doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. It's a very good sense. I love the angle of it. You were
Mhm.
going around the turn. It was so you were pretty close. I mean, the car was not that. You weren't that far ahead of the car because you were at what 30 millimeter, right? On the 60?
Yeah, I mean that's I mean there was times there was probably only 4 or 5 feet maybe. We're going pretty slow really.
Okay.
Maybe like 25 miles per hour
Mhm.
at the fastest.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, a definite sense of motion there. What's the shutter speed?
How do you shoot an image like that?
what do you mean? I mean that's just like I said, it's from the back of another car, kind of
Yeah.
at a slower, a slow shutter speed with a decent motion. You don't have to do anything. It's kind of that balance. You want to get enough speed where you get that motion and a slow enough shutter, but obviously bumps and rattles and stuff like that. It's kind of tricky sometimes to kind of find that balance. And the faster you're going, the faster shutter speed you can use, but then also those bumps are bigger and it's harder to coordinate and that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
I usually end up going something like that, it's a little different, it's a little smoother. But on the road, we usually end up going whatever the speed limit is, a little under that. And I think I usually end up with probably like 1/60th. I don't know what this one was. I didn't even look. But
I think it was 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100 at f11. So it must have been a pretty bright day too. Yeah.
yeah, that's with a polarizer on it too, so that knocked down the light a little bit. And that's one thing I actually like is to use a polarizer because I still like to use a fast aperture if I can. Just because I like that, a little bit of shallower depth of field. But with this kind of stuff, especially out in Arizona, this was in California, but I always end up with usually pretty high aperture. And the only trick with that is you gotta make sure everything's nice and clean because, if you have sunlight and f22, all the little dust on your sensor shows up real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And especially with the motion stuff, that's a huge pain in the ass to Photoshop out, little black dots when you have all those lines that are
Mhm.
running away from. So.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, being so close to the ground, only 4 or 5 feet, or probably less than that, your proximity to the ground really accentuates the speed.
Yeah.
As opposed to being further away, then it doesn't look nearly as fast.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was probably like maybe 3 feet because I was kind of hanging out and had my arms kind of down. Nothing too crazy. Eventually with my Jeep, I have a Jeep Cherokee that I want to do some modifications to get me like a strap where I can strap myself in where I feel comfortable hanging out with like the camera, basically right on the ground with someone else driving, that kind of stuff. It's kind of part of the reason I bought it is to eventually turn it into almost like a photo truck. I
Yeah.
want to put like mounts for a ladder on the roof so I can pull up to an event and get like 20 feet up in the air, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Didn't think you can
Ground
get
or up
yourself
in
a
the air.
different vantage point.
yeah,
Yeah.
in time though.
The most interesting part is that other than the street, everything else is like really sharp. There isn't too much motion blur anywhere else. Even the shadow is like very clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shadow is very
Car,
clean.
driver, everything is clean except for the street, which is like showing this, giving this sense of motion.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Very nice.
The only thing I wish you had maybe done, if it was possible, was turn the headlights on.
Yeah, I think the other shots I had them on, but I know that if it was driving it was fine. I always am nervous having people do that with these old cars because then it kills the battery and then you have to jump them and all that kind of stuff. So half the time it's like, ugh, because I have had a couple cars where like, yeah, put the lights on and then
Yeah.
it kills it and they have to either push start it down a hill or they'll have to jump it and they have to like on certain cars. I mean you have to pull off panels and all kinds of stuff to even get to the battery.
You'd think for $1
Yeah,
million
but-
you could get a good battery in there. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How much does it cost, by the way?
I think that one was 2 something. I don't remember now.
2 million.
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. So you
2
think
million?
you get a good, and it's probably like an old 6-volt system, I would think. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's-
$2 million
$2 million?
for the car and an extra $50 for the battery.
Hold up really quick here. Let me find out. I know I have it right here. Let's see. Because now I'm curious too. I think it was like 2.4 or something like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
Or maybe like 1.8.
Oh, that's it. That's a bargain.
That's a huge discount.
Yeah. Fire sale. Must sell.
2.75.
Ooh.
2.7.
What if it has some pedigree? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all these do. I think there's only a handful of them. I think the 61 there is like, maybe 10 of them made. And so that
Oh.
it has like a pretty good racing history, and you can follow back every owner, and
Okay. So
it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
you could track it back for the last 50 years.
Yeah, and they have like race results. Like I see now, it says like finished 7th overall and 2nd in class at 1961, 12 hours of Sebring, podium finishes SCCA, and all this kind of stuff. And
Oh, wow.
I guess 14 RS61s.
Yeah, I figured as much. You can buy cars or Porsches that are older than that or slightly younger than that for not nearly the same price. So
Yeah.
pedigree adds a huge amount to the price tag.
And the Spiders, the RS Spiders, are just about like the most valuable Porsches get. I mean, there's maybe the 60s might be a little more valuable, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's
they're
a
like
nice
the one
car.
everyone wants.
Beautiful car. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a great shot, too.
Nice shot.
Did it proud. And speaking of another beautiful car, we got a Ferrari 599 GTO.
And the reason I included this one is because I kind of like it. Obviously, there's a lot of editing done to it, and the reason I kind of included it is like that was my way of kind of trying to lessen a really ugly background
Okay.
and kind of make it look like, like the shop is ultra clean and almost super bright,
Okay.
I mean, obviously that's
So you give it
hugely
almost like
accentuated.
it's almost like an ethereal kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just.
And with the car being like black and red, the contrast of it, it's kind of an evil-looking car
Mm-hmm.
to contrast with that. And like I said, it was kind of, lots of like yellow and blue in the background, like little doors and appliances and crap like that. So I pretty much sucked out all the color, as you can see, except for the red.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of yellow still in there, but
Yeah.
Right.
That one
Which
back
plays
there.
off the red on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it definitely draws all the attention to the car at the front and everything. Yeah. Very nice.
you can see too that like false or whatever panel sealing kind of ugly.
Yeah.
So just kind of trying to do whatever I can to make it look better where it is.
Yeah. No,
This is just at an event too. It's like
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
was going to ask what this was. Was this like the owner's shop area or just?
no, this is like the Ferrari dealership
Okay.
in their little service area. I can't remember what they're doing. They're unveiling some car in another little section or had like a holiday party or something. So I went back there and
Okay.
took pictures of what they had. But
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing too
No, that's a neat way. So that there are a lot of work back here to kind of just not totally remove the background, but just de-emphasize it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice nice shot too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it definitely highlights the car. Yeah. All the other stuff is there, but you don't really notice it. So very nice. Like it. Here we go. California Spider by Skyglide. Okay, so this is like a $50,000 car, I'm sure.
Yeah, something like that. It might get you like a headlight or something. Actually, probably not. I know
The
that.
horse on the front. You get that for 50 grand? Probably not.
But yeah, that's just one shot that I know I posted pictures of this car before, but
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, from the side. Yeah.
yeah, because I went through and I had a like I have a little Tumblr account for my website, and so I recently hit like a really big landmark in terms of followers. So I went through and I selected went back to my photos and picked like 50 of some of my favorites for whatever reason, and this is just one of them. So I was like, yeah, I kind of like it, but I think they used it a fair amount. But yeah, that was that one went for 8.8. So it's a bargain, or the Porsche's a bargain compared to that one.
Yeah, you could buy like 4 Porsches almost for
Yeah.
one of these.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing is, it's probably already up to like 10 now, because Ferraris just keep on going. It's nuts how fast they're going up in value right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Man.
Yeah, nice shot. Really love the reflections, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks. And that was shot with my Rokin on the 85. It doesn't show that in the EXIF data because it's a manual lens. It
Yeah, it's
doesn't
manual
sync up with
lens.
the camera at all. But I actually got rid of that lens just the other day.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah.
What did you replace it with?
I replaced it with something better.
A white label lens?
Not white, but red ring. I got this bad boy, the 135 f2.
All right.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I heard that's
Yeah.
a sweetheart of a lens.
Yeah, I haven't even used it yet. I played around with it outside in my driveway just to make sure it worked when I got it in.
Yeah. Wow.
But I was hoping to run out to a car show maybe tonight quick if the weather isn't raining,
Yeah.
just to play with it a bit. I don't have any shoots lined up, but the auction company has their big auction, their biggest auction of the year, next weekend.
hmm
So after that, hopefully I'll be nice and busy leading up to the Arizona one, which is where this sold.
Okay.
So
So that's
yeah.
really on the 60. That's going to be almost 200 millimeter then, right?
yeah, which I like. I like that focal length for cars.
Okay.
And
that's
then I know,
nice
obviously,
and
if I
fast.
upgrade to a full frame, it'll be even better.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but it was kind of between that or going with like a 6D or something, or 5D2 maybe.
Mhm.
But I just decided for right now that I'd rather have lenses,
Yeah.
hold value, whereas the body's just gonna get.
Yeah, they do. They depreciate very quickly. If you have good lenses, you can move those around.
Yeah.
It's the technology is always changing on the bodies, but the lenses are pretty much what they are.
Yeah, good glass will always be good glass.
Exactly.
So Patrick, you had mentioned about your focal lengths. On a shot like this, you're using a. I'm sorry, what was this on this one again?
That was a 185, so it's right around 135 after the crop.
Okay.
So and then
why that focal length as opposed to maybe just getting closer with a 50?
well, I shoot a little bit of both. I kind of try to give them a little of the wide ones too. Like the one they actually used on the cover of their catalog, and they ended up on that cover of Auto Week. That one was actually like at 17 millimeter, or no, not even. Maybe it's about 17 millimeter before the crop, so like 35 or whatever. So they use those, but they actually even specify in their like contracts that they want most of the shots shot at a range of like I think they say like 100 to 200, and right around 135 is ideal. Just for consistency. But I do find that it kind of shows the curves of the car a little more accurately, because it kind of flattens everything and straightens it out. You don't get that much distortion. Obviously, it's wider and longer than the human eye, so it's not accurate in that way. But yeah, it just kind of makes cars look a little longer, leaner, meaner kind of thing.
Mhm.
I mean, unless like that black and red car earlier, being the more extreme too, that can really accentuate it too, depending on the look you're going. So I mean, I like to shoot them at both, but for kind of the real like beauty shots, I find the longer focal lengths are a little better.
Mhm.
All right. Another question. What's your preferred aperture to keep entire car in focus?
I actually usually like to go just as wide open as I possibly can. Like I'll probably shoot that 135 f2 at f2 almost all the time. Because usually, with such a big car, a big object, even though it's a shallow focal length, usually end up with most of it in focus. And if I usually just try to get like the headlamp or front wheel, anything that's really going to notice the contrast, get that in focus and worry about the rest. Like a profile, it's going to be what you need to see is going to be in focus, even if you're at like f1, because it's going to be so. And I just really like that separation, kind of isolate the car. So I usually try to shoot, like I said, as wide open as I can. I don't know what this one was because again, it doesn't show with that lens, but I would guess it's 1.4 f2 on that one.
But you have basically this section here, the headlight and back to the vent is in focus. The driver's side headlight and marker light are off, a little soft, and the back 2/3 of the car is a little soft. But this whole area here, which is, it's super sharp, and then you get just a nice, like you said, nice separation between the car and the environment in the back. So, nice shot, nice car.
And I guess this one would be an example of the effect of the wider one, how like that makes it look kind of like it's pouncing or kind of like
Okay.
I don't know. Like to me, that with that car, how extreme the shape is of it, the wider angle actually works kind of well.
Mhm.
Just makes it look more crazy. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm excited to do more shots like that because you guys were all talking about what lenses you want last week, and I actually also picked up another lens. I got that Canon 10 to 18, a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were talking about that
Wow.
last week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's when we were talking about this one.
Did
Yeah,
that
so
replace the 10 to 22?
no,
Or-
I think they still do the 1022, but I don't
They're
know why
still
you would buy
selling.
it.
Yeah.
From everything I've heard, the image quality is actually better on this one. You know, the construction's better on the 10 to
Yes, it
22,
is.
but and also this has image stabilization. It's slower, but like for those kind of rolling shots, you know, I'm using a narrow aperture anyway. So I'm excited to try this one too because I think with the image stabilization, hopefully I can get some nice rolling stuff in. I
Mhm.
have the 17 to 50 as well, but I haven't ever owned anything this wide. When I shot this, I was borrowing someone's lens. It was actually the 10 to 22.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this guy out too. I got it right around the same time, and I haven't even used it either.
Okay. All right. And that's
This
a
is the
pretty.
one I'm planning to get. How much did you pay for this one? 300 something?
Yeah, it was like 330 with the lens hood,
Okay.
Oh my.
which for what it is pretty damn cheap. I mean, it is definitely built really, really cheap. But I mean, it
It
doesn't feel
doesn't matter.
bad. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're not gonna play football with your lens, I think it
Not
doesn't really
playing that,
matter.
not. You never know, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Accidents, that can happen with a.
yeah. I mean, if something did break on it, you know, they have a warranty for a year, I guess. And besides that, it's not the most expensive lens in the world, where it wouldn't be. I don't know. I'm not worried about it at all. And also being so short and light, it actually makes it a little harder to break it. You know?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It doesn't have as much much energy stored up when it falls.
Yeah. Or leverage and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I actually want to play with video with it too, because that's what it seems like one thing it's really good for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it will
Being
be
that
great for
wide.
filmmaking as well. I'm planning to get this one.
From what
That's
I've played around with it, I would suggest it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't really done much with it, but the autofocus is ridiculous. I actually thought it was broken when I got it. I thought it wasn't autofocusing because it was so fast and silent. I thought, because I just pressed on the shutter button and nothing was happening, you know, I was like, okay, well, it just must not be working. And then I got up real close and then did it back and forth, and yeah, I mean, it's instant and completely silent.
Wow.
And also, one thing that's cool is it focuses like 3 or 4 inches away from the front element.
Wow.
So you get
Okay.
super
Alright,
close.
guys,
with it.
I just want to ask you one question. Canon is going to release something. Do you have any expectations from Canon this time?
I have no idea what's going on with new stuff. I heard there's like 62, which I'm interested in, but I think that might be like early next year or something they said. But I don't really follow any of that stuff at all, honestly. So
They might be releasing this 5D Mark IV or something like that.
the 3 is pretty new, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
no?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
wouldn't
just
go
came out
right
last
to-
year, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I heard 7D2, 6D2,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're correct in there. Yes, 7D
Yeah.
Mark II would be released.
Yeah.
The
And I know-
50 is supposed to be being replaced as well.
Oh, really?
The 51.4.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining about that lately. I used to have it and I liked it, but I think for the money, I would almost get the 1.8. But
Mm. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It's not that big a difference, yeah, between the two. Cool. That's a shot. So this is with the 10 to 22. So the 10 to 18 is a newer lens, right? It came out.
Yeah, like a month ago maybe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, 1022 sales are going to drop off the face of the chart.
Yeah, that's actually what everyone was saying is if you have a 10 to 22, sell it because everyone's gonna want the 10 to 18.
Yeah. I rented it a couple times and enjoyed it, and
Yeah, I liked it too.
getting something. But with the 10 to 18, yeah, if I get something, I might as well get that. Yeah.
And it's half the price, I think, at least, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now here we got. Really, this looks like an infinity pool in the building or something. Is that
No. This is actually a museum,
okay.
and there's this kind of lake thing around it.
Oh, okay.
So that's really
That's really
shallow,
nice.
not deep at all.
Okay. So just a real
So this is-
shallow.
yeah. So this is at little after sunset, as you can see in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
and I went with a friend, and he had a filter, and then it was the first time I used a filter, so
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't have that much gear, but you can see most at the top. It's actually quite dark,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the filter kicking in.
Okay. Was it a polarizer?
No, it was one of those square ones. How do you call that?
Graduated
Pixel
density.
density?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And what about the blackness on the bottom? Or is that
There was
just
some
the dark side?
the bottom was actually not that dark, but I edited it a little bit, so we get dark from bottom to top and top to the bottom, and then the middle got sharper.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's very nice. It has a nice commercial look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got some nice tones. The reflection is very nice.
Mhm.
Exactly that Tim was showing the filter.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay. Hold that up again, Tim. Let's see.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's just a
Yeah.
frame that fits over the front. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. All right. Oh, so that's the holder, and then you just slide the stuff in and out. Yeah. Nope.
I actually held it because my friend didn't have the holder to my diameter,
Okay. All right.
so I held it against the lens.
Okay. All right.
I think that's how a lot of people use theirs, anyways, even if they do have the holder.
Yeah. You just hold it
It's
up.
so easy just to move it down and then take it out of the way and start to do something else.
Yeah.
Too bad that light post on the left-hand side wasn't on. I'd almost want to Photoshop a light over those, just for continuity and
Yeah. You get
some
3 lights.
symmetry.
Yeah. Yeah. You get
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would fault you if you Photoshop a little light in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really is a nice image.
Yeah, it is.
Now that you
Very
mention it.
nice. Nice colors,
Thank you.
tones. Yeah, nicely composed. Nice reflection. Very good job.
Really perfect composition. I really like this.
I cropped it a little bit so you
Correction.
get a little more narrow
Oh,
on the
okay.
vertical.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, I did crop it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that accentuates the length of the
Mhm.
the pool. So.
I can see this as like the cover page for like a corporate, newsletter or not a newsletter, but what do they put out? The
Like the annual report or something.
annual report. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very professional looking image, and the sky is beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Simple and clean is what I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice colors. Yeah. Just kind of straightforward. Yeah. Very nice. And then we got looks like some cattails or whatever we call this reflecting in the
Mhm.
here. Nice, all 100% reflection here, right? Other than
Yeah.
the
Other
plant.
than the original plant coming out.
Yeah. Very nice.
Mhm.
This is actually behind that museum, which has this kind of, I guess they did some digging there,
Mm-hmm.
and they left this kind of crater kind of thing. So that's full of water, and this is on the inside.
Okay. Huh. Very cool. Around the same time then, yeah, because you get
Yeah,
that
yeah.
lovely blue tones.
A little earlier, I would guess.
It is accentuates the they call the blue hour, huh? At that, those blue skies. Yep. Very nice. I like that. It's a nice reflection. Now this is
1.8. That's wide open.
very
Sorry,
nice.
Raj, I didn't hear that.
F1. I said f1.8. So you were shooting like wide open.
Yeah, 50 millimeter.
On that reflection, yeah. And here's this one is it's interesting. It gets some almost looks like water spots. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
this is actually the camera sitting on the ground.
Okay.
Just the strap holding the lens, so it didn't actually hit the ground.
Okay. All right.
And it's a pool basically.
Okay. All right, so it's picking up some reflections right at the very front, I guess.
Yep. And 30-second exposure.
Oh,
So this
okay.
is actually late. I don't know if it has the time. Yeah, 11.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, so this is late after sunset, the last little rays of light, basically.
That's actually no, that's actually the cities from
okay.
the
All
lights
right.
from the city.
So you get the sky glow. All right.
Yeah.
Way past sunset, just the sky glow.
Yep.
In there.
You can see you actually have little star trails going on there too, just slightly.
Oh, right here. Yeah. Yep. A couple. Yeah,
That's
it's
a unique
that's
composition again. It's really different composition. I like that.
yeah. That's neat with
Mhm.
the reflections or whatever these little things are kind of leaving out. Neat perspective. Yeah. And just like you said, just sitting on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it. And here we go. Is this spinning steel wool or something, right? Isn't that
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Don't want to get that on your arms. That would hurt.
This is actually the winter.
Okay.
It's actually quite cold.
All right.
So when we finished, we were actually very cool.
Yeah. Okay.
We ended like midnight, something like that. This
Alright.
is one of the last pictures we took. So that's me right in the center.
Mm-hmm.
This was again 30-second exposure.
Okay. And did you
18
have the
millimeter.
steel wool or something on the end of a stick or something? And waving it around? Okay.
Yep. Yep. I was going for that sphere of light kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but because it was a wire, wasn't that flexible, and it hurt a little bit.
Okay.
So I had to swing my whole arm, and it didn't get that the whole sphere thing going.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
you can tell a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right over here. Yeah.
I
That's
think
cool.
you started well. You can see like the initial ones were like properly round, and then it got bad towards the right hand side.
Yeah, you started off nice and symmetrical, and then it kind of got squished at the end, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
So we-
neat, though.
When you do this, do you have to wear goggles or something for eye protection? I would imagine you would.
What? Sorry?
You have to
No.
wear some sort of goggles or something? I don't want to be.
No, actually I didn't. Actually I didn't. And because
Okay.
I was swinging with my whole arm extended, and then the bit of wire,
Hmm.
it's considerably safe length to have the wool spinning around.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
If it was something more strict,
Mhm.
maybe get some protection, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. That's
And so, how do you light the wool on fire?
Lighter.
Oh, you just literally just light it. You don't have to like douse
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
butter fluid or anything.
No.
you get the real fine steel wool, and it lights up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Spinning metal. Yeah. It's cool, and it's great. You got all the spark trails and stuff, kind of all
Mhm.
going down into this. I don't know how much you cropped it or whatever, but that's just really nice how it all
Not that much actually.
comes down in the corner there. Yeah. It's very nice.
And the sky is beautiful too.
Mm-hmm. Nice sky, some stars in the sky. Yeah.
Again, that purple is the city lights, and
Mhm.
the rest, and that gold in the trees is actually the lighting from the wall.
Okay. Yep. Reflection in that. Yeah. Very cool. That's a neat one, I think. Here we go. It looks like killer fish
Yeah.
attacked by a red and white piranha.
So these are both lanterns. I had a red and a white, obviously. I had my friend stand there
Okay.
and draw that.
Okay. A 46-second exposure. Okay.
Yeah. This had some trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Get the timing right to get both fishes.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
you
46
started what?
seconds is not that
Did you start in the tail here? And go-
Yeah.
Okay. And then finish. That's
He drew them very well.
yes.
The white one, I guess I started with the inside and the teeth.
Okay.
You can see that by his hand.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Right here.
starting to-
Yeah. That's a very creative shot. I like that.
Yeah.
With the two colors, and his jacket is white and red. That's probably just a strange coincidence, right?
Yeah, actually.
The fish is biting his hand and
Yeah.
the way he's standing.
He's
It's
got a
very
good look on his face too. Look of surprise on his face. Yeah, that's a very creative shot. That is very neat. I like it. And here we go. The Running Man.
I was thinking something like Mario,
Uh-huh.
jumping in, hitting the bricks.
30-second exposure.
Yeah. This was with a series of flash bursts.
Okay.
3
How
actually.
do you do that?
It's a 30-second exposure. You start in the position at the left, hit the flash, and you get exposed. You change the position, hit the flash, and get exposed, and so on.
Okay. So the 30 seconds
Do you
gives
need
you enough to
off-remote
get.
flash for that?
Yeah.
Sorry, off-camera flash for that?
Off camera.
Okay. And then so the 30 seconds gives you enough to get everything else in the area kind of
Yeah.
there as well. Okay.
Mhm.
So it's just not against a black background, but you've got the landscape behind you.
You could, against the black background, I guess it would be sharper.
Yeah.
'Cause,
But you wouldn't have, but it wouldn't be a 30-second exposure. It would just be,
Uh-huh.
well, you could merge 3 together, or you could do it in 5 seconds if you wanted, and just jump up and down.
Yeah.
But that's very
What's
cool.
what's helping this one here is the background being relatively dark.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yep.
this was a bright background, it would be an epic fail because there'd be just too much light coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a little bit of it here, but
Yeah, and there was actually some trial and error about the flash, not to get it too bright or too dark.
mm-hmm.
And there's actually a fourth position, but I got out of frame.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you were landing again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is very creative. I like that. That is. See, this is for your photo block, Tim. Your photography block. You just need to get out and jump around with a flash. That's basically it.
Yeah. Get a friend
Yep.
to flash you.
Yeah. And it's a great way to just mix things up a little bit. Very cool. I like that. Very creative. And here we go. Some
Thanks.
flaming wool again.
Yep.
We got 2 little corkscrew patterns. It looks like one.
Yeah,
on the
I'm
right.
I'm on the right and my friend on the left.
Okay. Very nice.
I gotta try that. That looks nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try light painting now. I'm motivated to do it. Now I got to find a
I
willing.
like the crop. I think it's 2.35:1 ratio.
Yeah, I cropped it a lot on the top part because it actually didn't have that much to go with.
Yeah,
Is
there wasn't
that
much,
interesting?
much above it. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
cinema
and-
kind of crop. Yeah.
And then because it's an the swirl goes from the 2/3 to the right,
Mm-hmm.
you know, get that motion thing going.
Yeah, it's a good crop.
Yeah, that fits the image
Mhm.
very much. So yeah, it gives it adds to the sense of motion
Mhm.
going through it. Whereas if it was a square or a regular aspect ratio, it wouldn't have near as much impact.
Hmm.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Now we got a couple of Franks here, and I think talk about this one, Frank, because I think I've seen this before, but I don't know if you reprocessed it or did anything with it, but it's a
Wow.
very interesting shot.
Yep. Definitely.
This is. I went to the Oakland Museum a while back, and this is just some outdoor public art on display. This actually is a big, huge plus sign concrete sculpture. It looks like concrete, but because it's all painted over, but maybe it's a stone. But it's probably 18 inches thick,
Okay.
and got lucky with the lighting. It was partly cloudy, so I got some clouds in the background and the negative space in the blue area.
Mhm.
But originally this was green, and in Lightroom I just adjusted it to be more on the red side, orangey. I just wanted that complementary colors of red and, well, couldn't make it red, or I didn't want to make it red, but make it warm side as opposed to completely green, just to give it a nice contrast between the cool background and color-wise.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
It
cool.
was looking like almost like a piece of fine art, and that the small bit of the cloud that you see, that is making all the difference. It's actually making it look like a real thing. Otherwise, it would look like something which was shot in a studio or something.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that white, small thing, that it looks like, yeah, it's the real, sky in the background.
Mm.
Amazing.
I
Really
completely
like
agree with you. It's just that little cloud in there that breaks up that negative space and just adds some life to it. I just wish it was maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit more of it, and higher up within that
Yeah.
square area, just on a compositional level. I think it would have been better. But overall, I just like the texture and the coloring.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a nice texture.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, though, that just that little tiny bit of cloud is enough for our minds to register that that's a cloud and it's real.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
Just that little tiny bit.
very cool.
It's all.
Because otherwise it's so perfect, everything else is so perfect that it would definitely look like a studio shot. It would not look like,
Mm-hmm.
something which was shot outside.
Yeah, it is just that little bit of white there makes a huge difference in the impact of it.
I kind of like it too with the like an alternate version with the actual little sliver of blue cropped out, so it's just like a square of blue in the corner.
Other people have made that same comment, and I'm kind of torn whether or not to do that or not. I did crop it out, but I tend to like it this way just to give it a little bit of a head.
Yeah, I like it that way too, for sure. It almost makes it look even more just like abstract modern art or something when you get that cut out. Like it looks like it was painted or something when you have the square by itself. To me, I don't know. It looks more graphic, I guess, if it's just a square.
The original actually had some information going along the right vertical of that area, but I cropped it in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think that makes sense. But yeah, that little bit of blue on the top kind of does the same thing as the cloud does, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you crop that out, yeah, it would look different for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love to buy this thing. I would love to hang something like this on my wall. I really like this piece because
thank you.
look at these two lines in the middle, right? Just to spend like 5 seconds, and then you will have ideas about what they could be. You will see like it might be a door, it might be, maybe a what do you call a crack.
Mm-hmm.
The left one. It's really nice. It's very interesting piece. It's
Yeah.
a fine art kind of thing.
That's I think the magic part of abstract photography is that it is whatever the viewer wants it to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And everybody looks at it differently, and some people like abstract and some people don't. I mean, I think it's one of those things that it's either there's not a lot of gray area. People either like abstract stuff or they don't. I think.
Right.
At least that's what I found, and I tend to like it. Especially if there's some color and stuff in it. And, you can just imagine all kinds of different things just by looking at it. So.
And I think the times where I've seen it fail is when people are a little bit too generous with the hints as to what it really is. If you can figure out, oh, that's a car and that's the reflection, then the mystery of what it is just goes out completely out the window, and then it loses a lot of something.
Mm-hmm. No, I think
Magic.
you're right. It's you got to make it mysterious enough that everybody looks at it and sees something different in it. There's not a lot of cues to tell you, to give you an idea of what it really is. So, and this is a great example because, like you said, it's a huge plus sign, but you took the, you probably only got 10% of the sculpture in here.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Definitely less than a quarter.
Yeah, and who would? I mean, if you'd see the whole picture, you'd be like, "Wow, that's part of that." Yeah, it would be just enough to throw you. And here we go. This is probably at the same museum, right?
You bet.
Okay. And this is a great. What I like about this is you've got the kind of the abstract here, and then the real. Kind of looking through us. It's just a real good combination of real life versus artificial, and the colors, the yellow and the green, great complementary colors.
Right. Blue, yellow, and
A little
green.
bit blue up there. The this little sidewalk or whatever this is
Yeah,
cutting through.
I find that distracting. That thing I don't find that.
You would rather have that
sidewalk thing.
be gone, yeah.
I would probably Photoshop it or something. Yeah, that is the distracting bit for me.
Yeah, the shape is great. The
Yeah, the shape
angle,
is awesome.
yeah. The angle.
I can see what you're saying because you've got the abstract around it, the yellow part, and then in the interior part you have the nature. The exterior, the yellow is man-made, and within is the natural, the tree, the grass, the sky, the bush, and then you have the man-made stuff again. So I see your point. Or are you talking more on a graphical level where it's kind of just sticking out, coming off at an angle, and you're not sure exactly what it is?
Yeah, the angle is very. It's grabbing a lot more attention than it should. I like.
No, maybe I should dodge it out a little
shape.
bit. Yeah. If I toned it down a little bit, it maybe accentuated the tree a little bit more to make it more of a.
Yeah, maybe.
Make it pop. I see your point.
Yeah, lighten this up a little bit, get it to be almost the same tone as the rest. And so,
Yeah, but not the same. But
Yeah.
so there is some
yeah.
contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's a wonderful thing about Lightroom. You make a virtual copy, edit it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No harm done. If you don't like it, you delete it. You still have the original. So yeah, it's a cool shot.
Very nice.
And then Catherine, this has a very very soft feel to it, and yeah, I like it. Nice.
Yeah, I was at my cousin's wedding and just saw his niece. I think she was having a timeout.
Okay.
So
Very dreamy-like
Yeah,
texture.
it does have a very dreamlike.
Greeting card kind of thing. Usually you see these.
Yes.
thanks.
No, it's just nice. It's got. Did you do a kind of soft filter or anything on it, or was it just
Yeah.
shoot it at 4:9?
Yeah, this is just a pocket camera.
Okay.
And
AMC 2559. Okay.
there's a $90 point and shoot, literally.
A quick candid shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the ISO on this thing was around 1,000.
Yeah.
So it was pretty horrible.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty horrible. So I had to do some stuff.
You have
some
the
stuff in my
ISO soft filter effect.
I actually I kind of hate to admit this because I hate using some of these filters. Like they tend to be hokey. But the oil painting filter in CS6,
Okay.
I added that a little bit just to add a little bit of a texture because I just wanted to get rid of the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I tried to make it extremely subtle that it didn't it wasn't noticeable unless you really looked at it and looked for that kind of the swirl pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of noise reduction in Lightroom as well. Color Effects Pro through Photoshop, using the vignette and adding some of the warmth and a little bit of a glow through Color Effects Pro. I think I may have used a graduated density filter in Lightroom to darken the bottom portion of the gutter.
Okay.
Or the sidewalk.
All right.
Yeah.
And there was a big sign on the other side of the hill that I
Okay.
got rid of. That was massively distracting. Other than that, that's pretty straightforward. The light, I really love the light. And her pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the light going through her dress here, and
Yeah, it's so hard to beat backlighting like this.
Yeah, and you mentioned this the composition. I love it. And if this was shot with a better camera,
Yeah.
and cutting out the curve and getting everything sharp and no noise and none of that stuff, it would be an awesome shot.
Yeah.
Because the light on her hair is actually awesome.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest problem with shooting with point and shoot is the focus part, Getting the focus right is really pain on point and shoots. And I have my point and shoot, which I use a lot. And my biggest problem with that is the focus part. Otherwise, it does everything like really good. It's just the focus, manual focus is not there. And I think Canons offer you manual focus even on point and shoot. I'll probably buy one of the Canon point and shoots.
They do on a lot of their, not all of them, but on a fair amount of their enthusiast-oriented point and shoots. Yeah, you do have manual focus.
G series. Sony, I think Sony does the same thing on some of theirs.
Yeah.
Benefit getting a higher end model.
Yeah.
Fuji probably
I have a
as well.
higher end Fuji, but that doesn't offer any manual.
No.
No, it doesn't.
I have the S100 Canon point and shoot, and it does have manual focus, and I use it occasionally. Good job. But yeah, that's a great shot. Especially you made lemonade out of lemons with that one.
Yeah.
With a lemon, yeah.
The best camera you have with. Yeah. If you didn't have a camera, you wouldn't have had this. So that's a good one. So yeah, very cool.
Thanks.
We're over time. Amazing. That's a good thing though. Lots of images. Thanks everybody for submitting those. That's fantastic. So I know you're having mic issues, Tim. I haven't been able to hear you, but
no, that's still a negative.
Your mic isn't working. Yeah. But I was going to say you just need to get out and do some light painting. I think that's the secret.
That's the key to
light painting is the secret. Yes. There you are. Now I can hear. There we go. Good. So hopefully you got some inspiration there, Tim, to kind of get through the photo block.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think some of it, my photography buddy, I think, caused of it. He volunteered us for to shoot some stuff around town. And I have decided I just hate being told what to shoot.
Yeah.
I said, don't volunteer us for anything like that again.
Yeah. That's a big part of it. If you don't want to particularly do something to a certain extent, or you're not real excited about doing it, it's tough. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a challenge because everybody's got time constraints and there's only so much you can do, and how do you try to balance all that out and still challenge yourself and find new things to shoot and try new things. And I'm definitely.
I was learning composition, and we were talking about composition and like really simple things. 2 coins and 2 memory cards that we use, and a white piece of paper, right? And one coin was like slightly bigger than the other one, and this guy was teaching composition, and he did so many interesting things just with, and he was not shooting, he was just teaching composition. So I was like, we can actually take pictures of these things and put it, and give them like some really interesting looks. So he was talking about like sizes and how sizes make a difference and how putting, things like something odd in the middle, like if you have 2 coins and you put one memory card in the middle and then memory card will get all the attention because it is totally different from these 2 coins. And he was talking about like how our brain sees things and understanding, like why we get attracted to high contrast things more and uh, like shapes. If something is like odd, something which is not common, that will get most attention, and something which is like much bigger than the other ones, or something which is uh, like which has a different texture and all that. So that was
Hmm.
something really interesting. So maybe
Hmm.
something you want to shoot, inside home.
Yeah, just set up different things and play around with, like you said, composition even, just or textures. You could get some stuff with lots of texture and not, and combine them and see what you get, and learn in the process. Yeah, I mean, there's never really a lack of something to photograph. It's just a matter of how you want to do it. I mean, no matter where you're at, there's probably something that is worthwhile.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
just how you see it and how you approach it and kind of your take on it. So,
Well, that could be actually a problem, especially if if you're shooting in your own backyard, being able to see it.
mm-hmm.
Your mind has already filtered out a lot of stuff, so you never see it fresh anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so that can be a big problem.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
there you go.
trick.
That's a good exercise in trying to clear out the filter and try to look at something that you see every day completely different. And that's tough. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
tough
Hmm.
because you have something. It's easy, I think, when you walk into when you go someplace for the first time. You always see stuff you want to photograph everywhere you turn. But then you go to the place that you're at all the time, like your office or home. It's like there's nothing here. But if somebody walked in there for the first time, they would see it completely different from what you would see it. So
Yeah,
that's
like this painting behind Patrick's chair. That's grabbing my attention for some time now. You know? And maybe he doesn't even notice that, but I've noticed that painting behind his chair quite a few times, and I really like that painting behind you, Patrick.
Oh, the hold on, am I muted? No. Oh.
no
Yeah, it's an old one. Little tree thing.
Did you make that?
I did. I
That's,
used to
is that
have.
oil paint?
It's acrylic. I
okay.
don't know if you can tell, but I used to have it set up so that the little tree goes onto the frame and then onto the wall. But I haven't painted on this wall, and I'm moving this week anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah.
If you're gonna hang
I
a
like to
picture
paint
up at the new
sometimes.
at the new at
First
the
time.
new location and paint the tree on the wall, then continue it up.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It might just go in a closet somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah.
I have a bunch of stuff I need to frame and hang up. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Printing out some photos and doing a photo wall.
Cool.
I need to frame this thing, for example. Not that it's photo, a different painting I made.
Ooh.
It's kind of ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
And that's like watercolor and stuff on on paper, but
Oh
What
yeah.
does that represent? That scary thing.
I actually originally painted it for a beer label,
Ah,
and so they
Yeah,
wanted
it's
like an original design, so I
that,
painted it up, and
Flying dog. It's like a flying dog beer label.
kind of does look like that a little bit. A little less crazy, not quite. What's his name? I can't think of.
Yeah,
A pretty famous artist, that guy.
it does that. But they all have a very distinct look, and it's very similar to that. So.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, good. I've got to run. Some fantastic show, everybody. Lots of great images. Let's post some more. I'll get through a few more here this week, I hope. And you know what I'm going to do, Raj? I'm going to take that image last week of the Trump Tower and the Wrigley Building, and I'm going to work on texturizing that and making it look like it's crumbling. That's
Yeah.
going to be my project. to see if I can take that
Go
and
crazy about it. You know, don't try to keep original. Go crazy. Go to the other side and see how it works. I mean, you don't have to stay there. You know,
yeah,
but
exactly.
definitely.
Yeah.
Do. I mean, that's what I did this time. You know, like
Yeah.
go crazy and put whatever you want and put it out there.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to do that since I've got to learn a lot about Photoshop here in the next couple months. That's my goal. So if the time cooperates, I should be able to. So I figure the best way to do it is take images that I like already and then just twist them up different ways. See if I can come up with something completely different and learn how to do it in the process. So. That's my goal, and then I'll send them out as holiday cards to all my friends.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody
Thank
stopping in. We hope to see everybody next week. I think we're pretty much locked and loaded for the fall. There might be one Saturday between here and the holidays where I won't be able to do it, but I think we should be pretty much in for the duration, almost to the end of the year. So, looking forward to it. I'm going to be hopefully generating a lot of new images here in the next couple months. So hopefully you guys can too, and we'll share them and talk about them. So
Sure.
good.
Sounds good.
Everybody enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a
You
good
too.
week. And thanks for joining. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone.
See you guys later.
See ya.